Here's the tree on Golgotha against the storm-black sky, a rough-hewn mast of splintered oak where condemned men were left to die. The wind came hard from off the sea and drove the dust like rain, while hammer blows rang through the hills like shipyard iron chains. I was there among the harbor men, the fishers and the poor, the net makers and sailcloth hands who'd heard him speak before. And everyone stood hushed as death to see him lifted high, the carpenter from Galilee beneath the bruised out sky. His back was torn like storm-cut sail, blood striped his weathered frame, yet still he bore himself that day without one word of shame. No begging cry escaped his lips, no coward curse or plea. He hung there hard as anchored oak above that skull-shaped lee. The Romans mocked beneath the tree, the priests laughed cold and thin. The crowd surged round like angry tides, all full of fear and sin. Yet Christ looked down on all of them as captains look through storm, with pity fierce and terrible and strength that would not bend. The dark rolled in before its hour, the sea wind rose inland. The temple banner snapped like sails across the trembling land. And every sailor there could feel what landsmen never knew. A storm was building far beyond the reach of mortal view. Then one thief hanging near the Lord turned pale as breaking foam. Remember me when you come, Christ, into your kingdom home. And Christ, though nailed and near to death, still answered calm and deep, this very night you'll sail with me where sorrow cannot keep. The words fell over Golgotha like bells across the tide, and many hardened men looked down as shame burned through their pride. For never had they seen such strength in torment, blood and pain. A king who ruled from gallows wood, yet wore no earthly chain. At last he cried into the storm, a sound that split the day, and all the earth beneath the cross seemed suddenly to sway. The rocks broke wide, the sky went blind, the temple veil was torn, as though creation itself knew a greater tide was born. Then lo, his battered head he bowed, the winds fell strange and still. No gull called out, no child wept loud upon the silent hill. Only the creak of timber beams against the dying gale, like some wrecked ship still groaning deep beyond the harbor pale. But 3 dawns hence the grave stood bare, the stone was cast aside, and word spread wild from shore to shore like fire upon the tide. For death had built a gallows tree to break the Nazarene, yet Christ had made that cursed mast the doorway to the King. So now when sailors sight the cross above some cliffside grave, they say it stands like weathered mast to guide through death's black waves. And every soul storm-tossed by sin may yet find harbor free. For Christ once hung and conquered death upon the gallows tree.